So Tony's been, he's been training, he's been ready for the fight. Even though Khabib is out, uh, Dustin Poirier said he was willing to take the fight. And so the question for me is, what is Tony gonna do? If the UFC can still make 249 happen, would Tony be willing to fight anyone who's ready on you know like a 2 weeks notice? Uh, Ideally for him, the best the best person to fight, if it's not Khabib, would be Conor. But Conor made his stance. He seemed to have made his stance clear on what he thinks about the situation that's happening across the world. So I don't see him fighting probably maybe once later on in the year if this clears up. If not, next year. So, other than that, yeah, like I said, Dustin, he wants to get in. He's willing to get in there with Tony. Um, I haven't heard anything about Justin Gaethje, which would be a great fight. Him versus Tony. Every fan's wanting is willing to see that fight, and that they know that a fight between Gaethje and Ferguson would be entertaining all the way around. But apparently he's not willing to take short notice fights, Gaethje, so I don't know if that fight would happen. Uh, Other than that, I've there's a potential matchup for I guess there's a potential matchup for Tony at welterweight. But with if it's not a fight with Khabib or Conor, if um as far as like as far as Tony's ranking, any fight that he takes that's not with those two is going to be pretty dangerous for where he's at in the rankings and his legacy in general, especially with 2 weeks to prepare for a particular fighter. Uh, I don't know if he would. I don't know if he would take a fight with anyone else. It's kind of so right now. If 249 is gonna happen, as far as Tony being in the main event slot, it's like the ball is in his court right now. So, like I said, I still don't know how many other fights are canceled on that card. Just because um, where other fighters from different countries, if they're with the UFC right now, or if they're in the location that if the UFC has a location, if they're in that location for 249. So a little bit of a toss up. Everybody's gonna have to play it by ear. Um, the Poirier thing just got my hopes up a little bit. I still want to see a fight. I hope at the end of the day, safety is the most important thing right now. So I hope you enjoy this video. Make sure to leave a like. And if you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe. I'll see y'all around.